take you on a day, a little one and done. Let me show you that you're mine. Put me on the clock and I be putting overtime. Put it on.
Okay. I sound like my daughter just then. Because when she says okay, she says like, okay. Anyway, that's beside the point. Doing a video. I'm trying out this new thing. Y'all bear with me. I'm going to start doing it on IGTV. And I'm going to start posting them on YouTube. I feel like I get a better audience starting with IGTV more. And then kind of maybe that'll convert over to YouTube views as well. Cause my best friend had a point. She was kind of like, you know, even if you put it on YouTube first, like motherfuckers ain't really trying to press nothing with just 2 or 3 views. So I was like, yeah, you're right. So I'm just trying to get my IG going first. So anyway, so I'm gonna start doing these videos on IGTV, trying to keep them up. So this could serve as like a update. Probably ain't did one of them in a couple months. I can't even really remember the last time I did. I did one. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just kind of go with it. Because lately I've been getting like real in tune with myself and knowing myself and just becoming more, I guess, trusting myself and trusting my intuitions and trusting the gifts. Because I recently spoke with a friend of mine, and she's really spiritual. She's really in touch with herself. She knows a lot more than I do. So I was just kind of going to her, just kind of feed off or see if certain things that I feel like, are they valid or whatever have you. And she was explaining to me that, you know, naturally our melanin, like melanated people, the darker you are, like the more spiritual, like the melanin gives you a certain spiritual connection that less melanated people might not have, or as much. And that's not to say that you can't be intuitive if you don't have a lot of melanin. I'm just saying, she's just saying naturally, we're naturally more intuitive, more in touch with the spiritual world, more in touch with vibes, frequencies, things of that nature. We're just not always aware of it. So I'm starting to open up and realize that, and starting to learn how to trust myself more and trust my instincts and because a lot of the things I find that I'll think something, or I'll kind of predict something in my head, and it can be a fleeting thought. It'll kind of be like that's not gonna happen, and it'll be about something somebody else completely has nothing to do with me. I'll just kind of be like, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, they think it is, but that's not gonna happen. And I won't even necessarily be saying it in a matter-of-fact way. It'll just be a thought that pops into my head, and then like later on it'll turn out to come true, or whatever. However I saw it predicting, it'll play out that way. And so I started to try and pay attention to more of what my intuition is telling me and what it's saying about certain situations and things, because most of the time I turn out to be right. And it's kind of like I've just never paid attention to it now. So now I'm becoming more keen and attuned to it. So anyway, say all that to say, I'm gathering a wealth of knowledge, trying to read all these books, trying to get more into numerology, astrology, all these things. So I was looking up Mercury Retrograde. And we recently had one July 7th through July 31st. And I really need to get like a retrograde calendar to kind of like keep up, I guess, when the retrogrades are coming, because I think that would just really help, especially because like you're not supposed to like make big decisions during that time, take on new projects, or, you know, because a lot of communication can be confusing. It's a time, and Mercury retrograde is when, physically, the planet is not moving backwards, but retrograde refers to the planet moving in the opposite orbit or whatever. During that time, a lot of things are going opposite, or things may seem chaotic. A lot of technology will break down, because Mercury is also in charge of things like functioning and working and things like that, and moving parts and stuff like that. So a lot of your technology can start to malfunction and do a whole bunch of just bullshit. So anyway, so I was reading this article because I just kind of wanted to like look up more into it, and it was saying, it made the comment, it was saying that a lot of astrologers pay heed to the saying "as above, so below," meaning that there is a relationship between, and a connection between the planetary alignments and things like that in the heavens, as well as human interactions on Earth. So it is a connection to it, and it can be, consequences and things of that nature. They integrate, and they play a part in each other. So anyway, so as I was reading, it was telling me, and forgive me if I'm looking at my notes, it was saying how not to make any big decisions or start any big projects or anything like that, because they can malfunction or things can go wrong later. Like, don't close on a house or something because you might have repairs that were unforeseen in the beginning, or same with a car or anything like that. Or starting, like, you know, I was saying, it's just not really starting like new projects like magazines or podcast, anything creative, anything like that. Like, kind of hold off on it. Projects. And it's crazy because, like, over the past month, because, you know, me and my best friend have had some things in the works, and I also got some things, like I said, personally, like for my IG and things also, as well as kind of working out with, you know, I don't know what to call her right now. We'll come back to it. The mother of my child. She is the love of my life, but I don't really know what to call that right now. But anyway, so we're gonna put that to the back burner. So anyway, got some things working that I really want to kind of get in motion, but for the past month I really haven't been feeling like doing anything, and so I was just like, I really don't need to start that yet or whatever. We've been patting about the shit. So, and I'm just now finding the moment. If you hear my baby in the background, that's, if you hear anything loud, sorry. I haven't really had the motivation to really do anything like until now. So I guess that's a good thing that we really didn't launch anything or start anything new, any brand new campaigns or marketing, anything like that, up until the time that the retrograde has ended. So so that was a good thing. And it was also saying how like I said, technology will start to mess up. It was saying, and for for a minute, I feel like a couple of days, like my Instagram was it was pissing me off because I had some pictures to post. I was like, hell yeah, I'm finna kill the game with these hoes. Man, that hoe was not working for shit. Every time I would go to post a fucking picture or something, it would crash, it would go down. I couldn't even scroll really past two people's posts without the shit crashing. That shit happened for like 2-3 days. So I'm like, I'm getting fucking frustrated. I'm like, is nobody else's shit fucking up? Like, what the fuck? So that shit was pissing me off. I was going through that. It was also saying that be mindful if you sending in like an email or a fax or something, make sure you follow up with the person on the other end, because it probably didn't get sent. I had to update. I had some issues with my bank account over, so I had to get a new one. So I had to update my direct deposit information from my job. Sent in a form to email. Apparently the email don't even fucking exist anymore. So I'm like, y'all need to get that off the bottom of the sheet, because y'all gonna have motherfuckers sending in direct deposit information to obsolete motherfucking email. But anyway, so they never got that. Luckily I did call. I'm so OCD and paranoid, and especially when it comes to money, like I need to make sure, this was run check. Nah, nigga, I need my shit. I don't got time for none of that. So I was calling, and it turns out they didn't get it. Like I said, the email address, I guess it doesn't exist anymore. And so I had to go in there and do it myself. And then also with my 60-day notice in my apartment, like I swear I emailed it twice. They didn't get it, so I ended up having to go and turn that in like a physical copy. So it was just a lot of stuff. So I was just like, dang, like this should be hitting on point. And here's my thing, I guess, let me make the disclaimer whenever it comes to mythology, astrology, all these things, because I know a lot of people, especially religious people, mainly Christians, they feel like it's a bunch of hibbity hoopla that really don't want to pay attention to it, or they feel like there's no validity to the science of it, or if they feel like if they entertain that, it's kind of like they're going against God or whatever have you. But it's a truth to all of it, and it all makes sense. And you can say now, and this is going, and again, because I used to be, especially when I was back in my Christian days, it was more so of, like horoscopes could fit anybody, like duh. Like, they're just giving generic information. But like when you really do studying on it and you dive deep into it, it's so much more than just a little daily horoscope. Like most people don't even know that the sign that they're giving when that you have that you normally go by off of your birth date. I forgot. No, don't give me into it, because I'm not well versed in all this. I want to say that's like your rising sign or something like that, but it's like your main sign. But you got like a whole bunch of signs. You got your moon sign, a whole bunch of signs that build into like your personality. That's why you can have two different Scorpios and they be, not completely different, but they'll maybe have some similarities, but they can be two different people, That's why people are just different in a sense. And it really does. I mean, my mind works on like a psychology level, that's my major. So I'm always like, I like to find reason behind things. I like to, I don't know. I like to find reasons. I like to find why people move the way they do, how they think, and stuff like that. And astrology can really give you, some explanations on some situations and on some people. But anyway, so aside from that, Damn, what else was it saying? It was also saying, and I didn't know this, and that's why I said I need to look more into it and plan more accordingly. It was saying to avoid any major surgeries, especially plastic surgery, because the complications are you're prone to have more complications than you would normally have. And I set my shit dead in the middle of fucking July on the 16th, and I'm actually let me not do that too much. Shit. Anyway, but now overall I'm doing good. Happy with my results. My surgeon was Dr. Doolin in Plano. Happy with my results, but I was so afraid of like losing a nipple, and I didn't lose an entire nipple, but it is like on my left one, like the top layer, and like when I called like the on-call nurse, like she explained it to me, she told me like what to do to fix it or whatever. But basically like the top layer on my left nipple has died, like it did. She was saying like it's common because, or it can be common because the nipple is like the thickest area of skin from the skin graft that the blood flow has to get to and like circulate to rejuvenate those nerves and reconnect those endings and stuff like that. And so she was saying the blood flow doesn't always fully reach to the tip of the nipple because it is so thick. So they typically do kind of see like the first layer kind of die off or whatever. So that's what's happening, like the first layer. So it just takes a little longer to heal or whatever. So dealing with that. I mean, overall it's good though. And I think I still got a little bit of swelling from like my lipo, and I go for my checkup next week on the 14th. So hopefully, and I've been twice since, and so they said it's okay. But in the article it also said that you kind of have to be mindful that everybody's being affected by the retrograde. So even your doctor's mindsets might not be necessarily in the clearest space because they're being affected by the retrograde. So I guess I'll get a better reading or whatever once I go in next week. But I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I do have a little bit of swelling. Plus, I will say, I really didn't have like no, shit. Now, I'm ashamed to say, I really ain't had no downtime since I had my surgery. Like, I had a couple days where I was like sitting down, but I hate to sit still. And honestly, them pain pills was working so damn good, I really didn't feel shit until, it's time to take another one. So I'm up and kind of, not up and moving, I wasn't lifting nothing, but I'm moving around, I'm riding with folk, I'm out, you know what I'm saying? And the whole time, my best friend, everybody, all my friends, I got a whole bunch of female friends. I call them my Henderson harem, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, no, it ain't even like that. But yeah, so all my female friends, you know what I'm saying, my baby mama, they was like, you can sit your ass down, sit your black ass down, sit your ass down, well, I guess I should have sat my black ass down because I got like a little bit of swelling. Like I said, overall I'm good, and I ain't too worried about it. Like it'll go down after a while or whatever. So I ain't tripping, and it do look good above all else, and I feel good. So I mean, I ain't tripping. It just I'm just ready for these goddamn nipples to hurry up and heal so I can fucking get in the pool, dog. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, but again, they were saying avoid plastic surgeries because you're prone to have more complications than you normally would. So I was like, damn, had I known that, well, I can't even say if I would have waited because I was so goddamn. Once I got the money for that goddamn surgery, I called, take this motherfucking debit now. Then take these titties now, nigga, now. So, yeah. So, yeah, I was ready for that. I probably wouldn't have waited still. But anyway, so, like I said, I don't regret nothing, so I'm good. And I also say that, past starts coming back around. My ex started kind of sniffing around a little bit. It was some shit about that. I found out a whole bunch. That's for another video entirely, because that's a whole other topic I gotta talk about. But yeah, so that kind of came back around, deflected the so and then also one thing that really stood out to me, it was saying exceptions, because it was saying, is there any exceptions to this? Because the main thing the article was saying, like, they don't want to make the impression that the Mercury retrograde is bad or whatever. It's just something to be more aware of, and it kind of give you like I said, just explanations of mindfulness of why things may be seeming a little bit more chaotic, or things are going on around you or stuff like that. Lord, shit, look at this. Y'all see this shit? I'm a good looking ass motherfucker. But anyway, so yeah, so it just gives you a little bit more explanation. So, but the point was that it's not all bad. Anyway, so it's saying some exceptions because saying don't start nothing new, don't do nothing like that. And I had the question because I recently, before, I want to say probably around July 1st, that kind of some things had come up, and that's for another video too. Some things that come up, with the mother of my child or whatever, and just some things that started to be discussed, and we had kind of started talking about, kind of trying to rekindle things and seeing where that's gonna go and And we've been doing good, you know, this past month. But I was kind of worried. I was like, damn, like, is this just something from the retrograde? Like, is it, you know what I'm saying? Don't make no big decisions, and then shit gonna turn and flip on you later. And so I was reading, but it was saying one exception to the rule is that you can and you should proceed forward with positive things from the past. Now, it did say gingerly, so still move with caution and move slowly, so don't just dive head first. And which, like I said, that's a whole other story, which we have been taking it real slow, which when we first dated, did not happen at all. It was dive right in. Ooh, I'm about to dive in. All right, no, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so we did that. We were taking it slow, and it was saying if you have any past positive experiences or connections, or if it said, sorry, I wrote it down exactly. It said to correct something or do more with the person you know and admire. And I was like, damn. So that gave me a lot. That made me feel a lot better and felt like this was something that was actually supposed to take place. Because like, and they didn't even necessarily give like a romantic example or whatever, but they were saying, like, for instance, if you had like a previous employer that you enjoyed working under and they call you and get in contact with you to come onto their company, like, because it was saying like don't take any new job positions, because it might turn out to be something that you didn't like in the end or whatever have you. But it was saying stuff like that you should, because it was a positive past experience and you're going back to do better or correct or to do more with the person that you admired in a positive this water's cold, and a positive experience that you had. And so that was good, and it was basically something it was saying that you've had longevity with, and that you've had good encounters with, and it's like I said, to go back and to correct something. And again, I feel like us starting over and dating now as more mature adults, also as parents, I feel like it's a whole different ball game. And I feel like it's more about doing more with the person that you know and admire, because we do genuinely, you know, love and admire each other. Aside from not romantic love, but I mean like I love you as a person, so type shit. So I feel good about that. But that's mainly it. Like I said, I am gonna try to do more videos. I was just giving y'all a little update. That was basically, I just said all that basically. So I'm doing good. Life is really good right now. Really, really good. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be more active on IGTV, try to start bringing y'all more music, more different things. I just got a lot of things in the works, so just be on the lookout, and fuck with your boy. No, I'm just playing. Nah.
Nah, I'm craving your body. Is this real? Temperatures rising, I'm going on a pill. I'm feeling the thrill. This ain't no Netflix and chill. I got your legs to the seal. Yeah. Spread them legs.